It is too early in the morning. It's 4:30 a.m. here in Honolulu, but we've got a really exciting ride today, so let's head to the terminal and I'll let you know where we're off to. Hello, good morning. Checking in, please. No, just carry on, please. I've got three boosters.
They're gonna ask for that at the gate.
No problem. Hi, good morning. Thank you. All checked in through security, nice and easy at this time of the morning. I need to go and get myself some snacks first because today, well, I'm about to spend 23 hours on a 737. Alright, so the reason I've had to load up with snacks today is because, well, today I'm going to be spending 24 hours on a Boeing 737. It's a really, really long day from here in Hawaii, and I'm heading all the way across the Pacific Ocean to Manila in the Philippines on, you can't quite see it, it's a bit early, that United 737 part just there. It's going to take me all the way across the Pacific, stopping off at like 7 or 8 islands along the way. It's going to be an insanely long day, but it's something that's been on my bucket list for absolutely like as long as I can remember, to get a ride on the island hopper. It's never worked out. Being based over in Europe, it's always been quite tricky to justify coming all the way to the Pacific to do trips like this, but now, well, we're practically next door over in the States, so I'm here in Honolulu about to embark on a 24-hour journey in the back of a 737. So it's going to be a long day, but let's head down to the gate and get on board. It can't be that bad, can it? People do it all the time, surely. Right?
Thank you.
Hi, she just took my...
504.
And then I just want to take a look at your area.
Yeah, of course.
Tags on them.
Yep, she's tagged them. Thank you. Yeah, I will do. Thank you very much. Thank you. Take one just in case. Got a long time on this thing today.
Okay.
So.
It's gonna be like, where are you going?
Guam and then Manila, so all the way.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 24 hours or so. So that'll be good. So take some more, yeah. Thank you. All right, let's say welcome on board the United Island Hopper. The 737. It's going to take me all the way from Honolulu to Manila in the Philippines via stops in the Marshall Islands and everywhere else on the way as well. It's pretty standard economy seats on a 737, so it's going to be a pretty tough day, I have a feeling, but we've got lots of exciting scenery, I think, on the way. Some of the places we'll be stopping en route anyway, so looking forward to getting in the air. First leg today to Majuro in the Marshall Islands. It's going to take us about 4 or 5 hours. It's by far the longest stretch of the flight, so let's get going. The Pacific Island Hopper hops across the Pacific from Honolulu, stopping in the Marshall Islands, Micronesia and Guam before splitting off to either Osaka in Japan or Manila in the Philippines like we're doing today. It was originally served by Air Micronesia or Air Mike, who became Continental Micronesia and eventually united following the merger in 2010. Today the route is used mainly by a combination of islanders connecting between the islands, US military personnel commuting to the various bases around this part of the world, and tourists seeking adventure off the beaten track. Alright then, so airborne on leg one of today's mammoth adventure across the Pacific Ocean. This is by far the longest leg today. It's about a 5-hour run now from Honolulu down to the island of Majuro in the Marshall Islands. It's across the international date line, so we jump forward today on this flight. So it's currently Monday morning. We jump forward in a few minutes to Tuesday afternoon, and we remain on Tuesday for the rest of today's flight. So far not too bad. The seat's not too bad actually. It's a bit kind of tight and cramped, especially when it's a full flight like it is today. We've got a bit of in-flight entertainment. We can at least see where we are. Leg room, well, it's a bit tight. Not entirely sure how this is going to go, and also they've had, because it's a full flight, they've had everybody put their bags under their seats in front of them as well, so I really don't have much room down there at all. Being 6'4", it's a bit of a squeeze. We do get a blanket, which is quite nice, so that should be able to keep me warm a little bit later on, and that's about it. And I don't even think in economy you get any service on United. I'm not sure. I do believe we might have drinks if we're lucky, but everything else is buy on board, so that's why I bought everything down on the ground at those Starbucks. But yeah, let's get settled in for the ride today, all the way across the Pacific. Seems that I was a little bit premature saying there might not be any food, because I think on this leg, with it being the 5-hour leg, we get served breakfast, and there is a croissant sandwich and a bit of yogurt and something else, and make coffee. So let's try the croissant sandwich. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a bit dry and microwavy. Oh, it's that American bread that's really buttery as well that gets in the back of your throat. Why is American bread like that? Like when you have a McDonald's breakfast in America, it's so beyond buttery, it's unbelievable, so much so that it tickles the back of your throat as you eat it, and I'm not a fan of being tickled in the back of the throat.
That's what she said!
Alright then, so we are now officially less than 60 seconds away from the international date line, which means that we jump forward in time 24 hours. I've got 4 flight loaded up here. About 20 seconds left to run, 20 seconds. 2.7 miles away. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. This is so cool. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now we've jumped forward in time 24 hours, so we've gone from 9 o'clock on Monday morning to 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning. Looks exactly the same on Tuesday as it did on Monday, doesn't it? That's what it looks like over the international date line, guys. It never gets old. Never gets old flying across the date line like that. Crazy. We've got about an hour and 10 minutes left to run now down into Majuro, so can't wait to get that on the ground. So yes, as I said, we are starting our descent down into Majuro in the Marshall Islands, and I'll be honest, I'm looking forward to seeing something other than just blue water and clouds out of the window, because that's pretty much all we've seen so far on this flight. Not the most scenic milk run so far, but I'm sure it will get better as the day goes on, and we get out to our first stop, our first hop off, really, if you like, in the Marshall Islands. Right, well, welcome to Majuro in the Marshall Islands. So we've got about 40-50 minutes on the ground down here in the Marshall Islands. Then we carry on to the next stop, which is going to be pretty fun as well. So let's stay on board the plane for a bit. I think that's what we're being told to do, and then we'll be getting off at some point, I think, for a lunch break. But no passengers at the side of me for a bit now, so I'm going to stretch my legs out. Oh, that feels nice.
If there's a EMT or medical professional right now on board the aircraft, we'd like to ask if he could assist us, and we'll meet you at the back alley.
Apparently someone's collapsed at the back of the plane. Not very good, is it? Poor sod. They're waiting for medical people to go on the plane or something, so they've just gone running back with like medical gear and all sorts. So yeah, bless them. Hopefully they get well. Can't imagine there's much in the way of medical help out here in the middle of the Pacific, but don't know, we'll see. There we go, an hour and a half delayed. Finally we are airborne from Majuro, heading to our next stop. It's another one of the Marshall Islands. Hopefully make up a little bit of time with some of these stops the pilot was saying along the route, but we'll see. But yeah, the next stop is another one of the old Marshall Islands, so just going to see what's there. So the next stop today is a place called Kwajalein, which apparently is some sort of top secret military base type thing, and we've been told that under no circumstances can we take any photo or video outside the aircraft at this top secret military base. So don't know, who knows what's there, but I can't show you, but I'll have a look myself. So yeah, that was Kwajalein. I mean, I've seen some weird stuff in my time before, but wow, I have no idea what those guys were doing there. That was just insane. Never seen anything like it. But anywho, off to our next stop now of Kwajalein in the Federated State of Micronesia. Let's go. Just recently I had to do a DNA test, and no, it's not the kind that you'd find on Jeremy Kyle, but it's pretty similar, and it's thanks to this week's video sponsor, MyHeritage DNA. A couple of weeks ago I got my pack through and I swabbed my cheek and sent off my sample back to MyHeritage DNA so they could run a comprehensive analysis on my DNA to find out just where my heritage is from and help me to start investigating my family history. Well, the results have just come back today and it's time to take a look at them, and I'm so excited to see what they're going to find. Ooh, 88% North and West European, okay. So that's like France and Germany and stuff, isn't it? And Eastern European. Like, wow. Poland, Romania, flipping out. That might explain my love of all places Eastern European. And Scandinavia as well. Wow. And I'm not seeing, the interesting thing here is I'm not actually seeing any from the UK. That's really, really weird. So although I'm obviously British, and I thought that my entire family line going back was all British, I'm mostly kind of European. Wow, that's quite interesting, isn't it? Again, if we click here on these DNA matches, I'm having to sort of blur out everybody's names here because it's actually coming up with real people that actually have done these tests and are related to me in some way. This is pretty flipping cool. So there's somebody here in Germany, first cousin once removed. That's really, really impressive, I have to say. So MyHeritage doesn't just stop at doing your DNA results. It lets you do a full research of your family tree. One of my very, very, very distant relatives, he was president of the US. His name was William Howard Taft. And I'm related to him like in a very, very distant sort of way, but like, isn't that amazing? Now, if you use my promo code Noel at the link in the description, just sort of down there, you'll get free shipping on your MyHeritage DNA kit. Even better, you'll also get a 30-day free trial of MyHeritage's family research tools and a 50% discount if you decide to continue it after the free trial. Alright, then started our descent down into the next stop, Kwajalein, in the Federated States of Micronesia. That's somewhere that I've seen on maps forever, and you just see it, don't you? It's a name of a place, you think, oh, that's a funny name place. Well, that's where we're heading now, Federated States of Micronesia. In the meantime, just more blue sea and blue sky, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get at least one scenic approach on all of these lots of flights that we're doing today. Might be quite nice, won't it? So let's go down and see what's there in the old Federated States of Micronesia. And welcome to the Federated States of Micronesia. And that was quite a nice approach and landing. Actually, it's quite a scenic island, this actually, Kwajalein. It's all mountainy and stuff. It's quite nice, quite pleasant.
Welcome to the island of Pohnpei for transiting customers.
Heading to Pohnpei in Micronesia, the Federated States of Micronesia, and we're still running about an hour and a half late on today's flight. It seems to be near on impossible for them to make up any time because the turnaround times that they have at each airport are so tight. They're like 30 minutes, 35 minutes or so, and when they've got passengers to offload and reload and bags to load and refueling the plane and everything, that time flies by really quick, and we've ended up basically leaving everywhere an hour and a half late, which is a bit frustrating because my connecting flight onwards in Guam for the last leg of today's milk run flight, well, that's kind of only 2 hours after we were due to arrive, so it only gives me half an hour to make it to that flight if they're still boarding at that point when I get there. So I don't know. I have checked in already for that flight. I didn't want to risk waiting until I got to the Philippines. Waiting until I got to Guam to do that. I spoke to the check-in lady up at Honolulu, who very kindly checked me in for the next leg as well, which was pretty nice of her. So if she hadn't have done that, I really would be screwed. But I think, as long as we don't pick up any more delays, there's a chance that I might make my connection. I don't know. We'll see when we get to Guam. See if we can make up any time at all. I think they've pretty much given up making up any time now. We've only got another 2 or 3 legs now. Who knows? Anyway, more views of the open ocean as we can get on our way to Pohnpei. to Pohnpei. Easily the most incredible approach and landing that we've had today so far. That was just absolutely amazing, the way we were sort of weaving along the coast into the sort of harbour area, past that mountain. Just absolutely phenomenal. Beautiful, beautiful island this is actually. It's proper cool. It's like landing in on the set of Moana or something like that. It's really, really, really cool. But we've got again about another 40 minutes here on the ground in Pohnpei before we get on to the next stop of Chuk. And I'm guessing that we're just going to be keeping this hour and a half delay now. I have been starting to worry a little bit and panic a little bit, because I was thinking, oh, it's great, I can just hop from one gate to the next when we get to Guam. But then I've remembered it's even though we're going from the US to the US, we've come via other places, so it's going to be like an international flight, I think, which means, if I remember right, you have to sort of go through immigration and then come back out again in 25 minutes. That's going to be a bit tight. Who knows? I mean, I've had no phone signal the entire flight. There's no network anywhere, so I've not been able to check what the status is of my next flight either. I mean, that might even be delayed yet. We might be fine. I don't know. It's so difficult to tell. I guess we're not really going to know until we get to Guam. Whether I'm actually going to make it all the way to Manila tonight, or whether I end up getting stuck there. But either way, we're sort of 12 hours into this adventure now. We're sort of halfway through the 24 hours on the 737, and it's not going too bad. I'm having little bits of time where I can stretch my legs and little bits of time where I'm cramped in, so yeah, I'm getting there. We're getting there now. We're sort of halfway through, and we can do this. It's going to be good. From Pohnpei, heading to Chuk, next stop. And I'm starting to flag a bit now. I'm getting a bit tired, I have to say. But somehow as well, we've ended up leaving Pohnpei even later than we arrived. So we're like an hour and 45 minutes late now. So I really don't think I've got a chance of making this connection. But who knows? We might do. But we might have a stopover. If I end up missing my flight, I don't know yet. We'll figure out when we get to Guam. I'm just trying to rest now because I'm absolutely flipping worn out now. Been on this plane for about 14 hours. Got another few until we get to Guam, and then we've got another sort of 7 or 8 hours then down to Palau and onwards to Manila. So yeah, it's going to be fun. At least we've got the scenery to enjoy, eh? Alright then, on the ground in Chuk, last stop before Guam, where I get off this plane and hopefully onto the next one down to Palau and Manila. But who knows, we're still an hour and a half late, so that gives me 20 minutes to connect in Guam, which doesn't seem particularly possible, but we'll see what happens when we get there. Whatever happens at this point is basically my attitude. I'm not too stressed because I know there'll be another flight at some point tomorrow maybe. Worst case, but if we make it, we make it, and if we don't, we don't. That's all we can say, isn't it, really? Worrying about it now isn't going to make any difference at all to whether we get there on time or not, and whether we make it. So just see how we go when we get there, really. descend down into Guam. Time to find out what's going on with this next flight or not. Let's go and find out. Right there is my flight to Manila, the one that's just pushing back from the gate next to me. So it looks like we've missed it. Oh boy. Alright then, so unexpected night stop in Guam. They've sorted me out a hotel, taxis, meals, and a flight to Manila tomorrow night. So I actually have 24 hours here in Guam rather than, well, just like an hour that I had before. So let's go and get me a taxi across to the hotel, and then we've got a bit of time here before we continue on the island hopper down to Manila tomorrow. Hotel for the night. Unexpected night in Guam, which was very fun. I'm going to open this up live so I can see me. Oh, there's my view, the city view over Guam. So yeah, here we are in Guam. Was not expecting to be here tonight. Well, not for an overnight anyway. We were supposed to just connect, but never mind. United did really well with that. Actually, they got me rebooked onto tomorrow's flight. They sorted out taxis, they sorted out the hotel, they've got me meal vouchers and everything. So I've got a night here. I've got 24 hours now here in Guam because the flight's tomorrow evening. So I'm going to try and get some rest because I'm absolutely knackered after my day flying on the island hopper. We're going to pick up the island hopper again tomorrow, finish off this trip and get all the way down to Manila. So I'm going to get a bit of rest now. And I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning from Guam in the Pacific Ocean. I slept absolutely incredibly in my hotel room. In fact, probably the best I've slept for ages after my exhausting day yesterday, hopping across the Pacific Ocean to here at least. But the trip isn't quite over yet because we've still not completely crossed the Pacific. I've still got to get to Manila on a 737 on my replacement flight, which I'm about to take now. So let's head across to the airport, back to the airport again, and let's finish this thing that we started because we don't like quitting and going home early here at this channel, do we? Let's go back to the airport and go and jump on a 737 to the Philippines. Alright then, back at Guam Airport. If I can find a way to get in, we can go and check in. Let's head inside. Alright then, all checked in through security. Really, really easy. I think that there's literally one more flight today and that's mine. So they've just got the passengers on that to deal with. So straight through. The airport's quite empty, quite deserted. But I'm going to try and find a lounge because I'm now internationally flying. So if I'm international, I think I can use the lounge with my United Gold membership that this trip has just earned me on yesterday's stuff. So let's go and see if there is a United lounge here, and if there is, if I can get in. Let's go and find out. So that's the Korean Air Lounge. I don't know if there's a United one here or not. I'm not sure, but that's closed anyway. Gosh, it's like nobody here is deserted. I'm going to have to do some Googling, I think. Alright, Here's the United Club, and it's temporarily closed. That's annoying. Okay, well, fast food it is. Saw a little food court, so let's go and see if there's a food court. Oh, Plen. There's a United plane. I wonder if that's the one that's taking me over to Manila. 737-800 there, look. Oh, there's a Tutway plane over there as well from Korea. A Tutway, like a northern airline. I don't know. There's a lot of them in Seoul. Straight here wants me. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one. Cheers, guys. See you later. Bye-bye. Hello. You alright? Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. Alright then, all aboard for the last flight across the Pacific. It's not a window, but it'll do. It's a comfortable seat. It's going to get me through the next couple of hours down to Manila. And then the rest, hopefully. Alright, find me a hotel. Marriott. It's just well, it's kind of almost attached to the airport, but not quite, just to want to go outside and cross roads and stuff. But I'm here. I'm get checked in and head to my room. Alright, checked in. Yay! And they've upgraded me. It's a day for upgrades today. I've got an upgraded room after an upgraded flight. Let's go and find where I need to be. 1063, they said. Oh, this is quite snazzy. Look at that bathroom. This is quite a snazzy room. It's got a loaded minibar. It's a shame I'm not drinking at the minute. Made it across the Pacific Ocean on a 737. I don't know whether I have any desire to want to do that again. It was a little bit tough, not not the most comfortable ride, but it was fun and I enjoyed seeing all those little islands. But let me know what you thought of it down in the comments. But please be nice, please don't be dumb or anything, because we're all human beings and we all kind of, it's nice to talk nice to one another, isn't it? But anyway, that aside, we're here in in Manila. I've got about 7 hours here. Oh no, 7 hours until my next flight leaves. Fortunately, it's not far away, but stay tuned, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.